Silky? Silky.
Mr. Does Too Much, aka Faze Silky, recently got called out for being super ungrateful because a locker made for him by some people on TikTok was terrible in his opinion, to the point where he literally threw out the locker in a dumpster, and it's basically starting a whole controversy because the people who made the locker said they didn't really know what to do for him because there's no real clips about him. And this started a civil war in a bunch of comment sections from YouTube to Twitter to TikTok, all claiming that Silky doesn't really do anything in Faze and really is a unknown person, so he shouldn't be upset that these people didn't know what to do for his locker. It's a lot, I promise you. But in order to get a better grasp of the situation, I think I gotta start from the very beginning with who even is Faze Silky for anyone that's unaware.
Yo, did you know it's 6 a.m. in the East Coast right now?
Where, bro? Is that how time zones work? Are you serious? Is that word to your mother? Like, where is the 7-Eleven, bro?
Faze Silky is a pretty well-known streamer, but according to the internet, a lot of people are forgetting his popularity. He came up off of streaming, posting his VODs, or even funny moments from his streams to YouTube, and mainly is known for being not only from New York, but doing GTA RP, playing games here and there, more like Multiverse, and more recently Rivals, and just having overall fun on stream with the people he collabs with, that being Plaqueboymax, or even other people like Edward, like you'll see later in some of these clips. But he's a pretty funny guy who normally does just chatting nowadays, reactions, normal stuff like that. A lot of people come there for his personality. And recently, because these people named Gizzos who were doing a shoe drop wanted to do a little bit of promo for the shoes, they decided to paint a locker for all of Faze Clan and just give them those lockers along with the shoes that they're going to drop. But they did a big mistake by having Faze Silky's locker be the worst out of all of them, objectively.
We finally finished all 6 Faze lockers, but which one's the best? We'll start with Jason's, which is my personal favorite because it's anime. We got the mangas of his favorite animes, ripped out the pages, pasted them to the locker, and it came out super clean. Next is Ron's payphone locker. We got molding from Home Depot, glued it to all the corners of the locker just to make it look more like an actual payphone, spray painted it, taped it all over, and that was that. It was pretty simple, but it came out really nice. Then we have Lacey's locker, which is mainly themed after Kobe. We had a giant black mamba wrapping the whole locker. We added his numbers, a Faze logo, a Thugs logo because that's Lacey's community, and this one just came out absolutely crazy. After that, we have a Daps locker, which was an absolute headache. This was by far the most detailed locker that we did. We had to paint all these MW2 camos individually, which took forever, but those small details are what made this locker as great as it is. Following that, we have Silky's locker. This one's themed around New York City and graffiti, so we made this New York skyline and kind of an abstract graffiti vibe. It's not for everybody. Some people love it, some people hate it. I definitely love it.
And the winner is Plaqueboymax.
And last, but certainly not least, Plaqueboymax's locker. We themed this one around his album cover from 5 Forever. We threw some fake speakers on there, pink logos, and then added speaker covers to make them look real. It's pretty simple, but it came out sick. These took forever, and we're proud of all of them, but let me know which one's the best.
Now, honestly, they did sit there and...
I'm not gonna lie, Silky shit is last place. No cap. That shit not hitting for real. At least when it comes to matching the content creator with the locker. You know, with each locker. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, Silky shit last place. That shit is ass. But, bro, you can't just throw niggas shit away. Like, bro, you can't throw a gift away. You didn't pay for it. You didn't put the time, work, energy into that, bro. You can't just throw some shit away you got for a free game. Who you know getting lockers just cuz? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck you need a locker for in your crib? You know what I'm saying? You got a closet. So, like, you just gotta be grateful, gang.
Say that it was meant to be an abstract painting because he's from New York, it's graffiti themed, it's nice, it's meant to just be something pretty cool. And at the end of the day, this is a gift for Silky, so it makes sense why some people will look at this and be like, dang, regardless of if it's nice or not, Silky should be happy about receiving it. In reality, that doesn't make any real sense, because is he supposed to sit there and lie and say that that locker looks good? Anybody with eyes, even the comments under that video when they first did it said it looked terrible. So obviously when Silky actually got the locker, he's probably just gonna speak his mind. I think it looks bad. Anybody with common sense would think it looks bad. I mean, when Silky actually got the locker, this is his.
It's not bad. I'm not saying it's ugly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's smooth. I'm just saying if you put all the lockers in a contest, his shit coming up last. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
His reaction to nobody's surprise.
Am I an ungrateful person? But when I feel like items are gifted to me that don't cater to me, it just doesn't make any sense, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm from New York, but like, come on, bro. keep it a buck, bro. Like, if anything, bro, like, if they even, like, did, like, a little dive into my...
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, and it don't even, like, I wouldn't imagine that being inside his room or anywhere near him. It don't really, just him standing next to it, he don't really, like, it just don't really fit him, I guess you could say. So I could see where he coming from, but you still just gotta be grateful, gang.
Into my lore, bro, they would have put the Pop Smoke mural, you know what I'm saying, Flossie, Brooklyn, something. Like, bro, this shit just, nah, it's not trash. It's not trash, it's just not catered to me.
This reaction, again, is gonna have no surprise to anybody else. Y'all did see the lockers before, so y'all know what everybody else's locker looks like. This is before Silky saw anybody else's locker, so its only frame of reference is his. And obviously, he doesn't feel like it's catered towards him. And in his original response, he didn't even call it bad. He just said it's not catered towards him at all, which seems like a legitimate point. Hey, these are meant to be for the Faze boys, something that's cool for us, but at the end of the day, it feels like you didn't put any real effort into finding out what I like and what would be for me, and just put, hey, he's a New York guy, let's do some quick New York graffiti, like nothing really special. So you can't really get mad at the guy. Yet a bunch of people are looking at his response and his reaction and going off on him on TikTok, being like, well, I don't know what Silky is supposed to want, I don't know what Silky's even about, who even really knows Faze Silky? And all of a sudden a bunch of people are just clowning and talking bad about Silky as if they've never heard of him and as if they've never seen a clip of him before. And what made it worse is the actual person that made the locker was basically adding fuel to the fire in his response, literally just saying, hey, I couldn't find clips of Silky, so I don't know what else he wanted. All I knew was that he was from New York.
Gotta speak about the locker, bro. I have to comment. Now, first off, I want to say I'm not salty, upset, mad, or anything at Silky for his reaction. It was honest, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty justified. However, there's a lot of people, including him, that think we didn't do our research and basically we didn't put any effort in to try and find out things about him. But that actually couldn't be more false, because we did the most research on him, and I don't want to sound like an asshole or condescending or anything like when I say this, but there's just not enough clips of him. All the other guys, tons of clips everywhere, super easy to dig up information about them. We watched an hour-long podcast with him, I watched some of his streams, I scoured TikTok, I asked ChatGPT, and we just couldn't find anything that would make a great locker. Adapt, we knew he liked Modern Warfare 2 because Zuki's been a fan of his for a while now. Lacey told us personally that he likes Kobe. Jason, the first clip I saw of him was him talking about the anime he likes. Ron's payphone clip was pretty viral, like that's pretty well known. Plaqueboymax just released his new album. That's very easy, like all very easy information to find. So not only was it kind of hard to dig up information about him, but also we were on a really bad time crunch. Like we only had 6 hours to do this compared to the other ones we had 12 hours, which is partially our fault. I wish we could have managed our time better, but like that's just what happened. We ran into a deadline. We had to get this done ASAP, so we rushed it a little bit, and that's the result. So sorry, Silky. If you want to redone locker, let us know. We'll do.
In this response, I know I sound like the biggest Silky glazer in the entire world, but I don't really watch Silky like that. I just feel like a lot of people are giving him flack for no real reason. I mean, just because he was gifted something doesn't mean he can't say his opinion. And even the person who literally made the locker understands and even gives more points to why his locker looked as bad. It would be one thing if he was like, I just couldn't find any clips about you. All right, we could just move on. But he also said he had less time to do it. He had contact with one of the Faze members, but didn't think to do it with Silky. It's just a lot of places where it's like, all right, it seemed like you didn't even want to try or put real effort in. He said listen to a podcast, he said looked up on ChatGPT, but it just didn't seem like you genuinely put in that effort when it came to the locker. Even if you wanted to do a cool graffiti style, it still didn't seem like anything too crazy. Like if I handed a 12-year-old a piece of paper and told them to replicate that, they would probably hand me the paper back in like 10 seconds. That's just with the actual style and then not really relating to him. So I don't understand why a lot of people are over here trying to clown on Silky when he is just stating how he feels. And all of a sudden, the entire internet doesn't even know who Silky is along top of that, because I said he added fuel to the fire, but he has people making entire careers on TikTok, blowing up videos just trying to clown on top of the hate that Silky has already built because of this situation.
Faze Silky is mad that his locker turned out ugly. I'm saying that Faze Silky is lucky to even get a locker. If you were to search up Faze Silky right now, all you would see is clips of him being a New York nigga, going on 2 minutes, and being a New York nigga. Like, that's like his whole shit. So how could you get mad that your locker ended up being some New York shit? What else did you want it to be? A mural of you and your family? And then Silky had the nerve to start crashing out when in the response video, Jake said that he don't got clips like that. Newsflash, buddy, you don't have clips like that. And what really proves his point is that the whole locker situation is the most times he has ever been clipped. Imagine you want to send a gift to a creator that you're a real big fan of.
I ain't gonna lie. As a grown ass man, I'm not taking that type of disrespect.
So you mix your creative insight with everything you know about this creator, which is really just him being from New York, being from New York, and being from New York. So you send him the gift hoping that he'll like it, and if not that, really just appreciate the time and effort you put into it. And imagine he opens that gift, and his very first reaction to your gift is... You know, at that point, fuck the locker. I'm taking my shit back and swapping it out for one of those little mini safes they be having at the hotel. Silky is just way too ungrateful. But if there's one thing I'm grateful for, is that no one ever held a gun to the back of my head and told me to name 5 Faze Silky clips. Because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, as much as I feel like people are taking it to another extent, piling on top of the hate for Silky, I'm saying he's not doing himself any favors. After that response, not the TikTok of the dude literally clowning him, but the response of the actual people that made the shoes in the locker for Silky, he went on a whole tangent and rant to the point where he was so upset he eventually ended up throwing the locker in the dumpster, which again is not gonna help him in any way, shape, or form. And obviously he's been on the internet for a long time, so I doubt he truly cares about the hate, but doing lengths like this to the point you're upset to throw the locker away just doesn't help anybody in this situation at the end of the day. Truly, if you didn't like it, you could have just moved it out the way, moved it into the garage, but throwing it away on a live stream, even if it is just for the clip, seems pretty odd, and again, it's just gonna pile on more hate for yourself.
Okay, let's find a good spot.
What are you doing, Silky? Silky! Silky! What are you doing? Where are you going? Silky, watch my car! Watch out for everyone's car. Silky! No! Dude, it's time to make this for you! Silky? Silky?
I could understand being upset about the locker not being personalized for you. I could understand being
I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of disrespect going on the internet nowadays. Ain't that one crazy thing, boy? It's a lot of disrespect going around. God damn.
Said as his response,
Like I said,
basically saying,
like I get it. But they didn't disrespect you. You started to disrespect, bro. Just be grateful. Like, I don't even got no hate, because I'm not hating on you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just do feel like, you know, even if you don't like the gift, because I've had my times where somebody gave me a gift, I may not, like, really care or like it, or I feel like it may not be something I would want, but, like, the thought of that person thinking about me, you know what I'm saying? Just be grateful. That's all.
You're unknown. I could understand being upset at TikTok all of a sudden turning on you, especially mostly just TikTok. It wasn't even other places like Twitter or all like that, but definitely just the internet, or at least a lot of haters turning on you, being like they don't even know what you really do. But I feel like that's just how the internet is when it comes to hate. When there's somebody to hate on and point fingers at, the internet jumps on the opportunity, especially people that already didn't like Silky. This reaction to me seems over the top, and honestly I think he just did it for the clip. I mean, they're already on stream. It's gonna be a funny moment. I literally got this clip off of a very well-known clipper on Twitter, but I just don't think that was just the right move to do. It was something funny. I mean, I laughed when I first saw it. It just doesn't seem like it's gonna get the impact that you truly want. At the end of the day, it's just gonna spawn more and more hate, which he ended up responding to on another live stream literally later that day, just explaining himself and saying that, hey, all of TikTok is literally turning on him, being like, what do I even do? And they just don't understand the reality of the situation.
Even though they gave me like a shitty locker, and the first time I seen it, I said, you know, I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the thought that even counts, but like this one just doesn't suit me. Everybody, yo, I think the top comment was dead ass like, what the fuck does Silky even do for Faze? Like, what is his content? He's a loser, like shit like, and they have mad likes, and I'm like,
damn, wait, why?
Like, damn.
Oh, you gotta have your own opinion?
Bro, if you see everybody's locker compared to mine, bro, the nigga put a pride color and then NYC.
Yeah.
Let me
put it away.
Yeah, it's I lie, that's just in the dumpster. I ain't gonna lie. Did I threw it in the dumpster today? I threw it in the dumpster because he commented, like he said, my bad that Silky doesn't generate as much clips as the other Faze boys. Like,
oh, the guy that's
like
that's so.
I'm like, nigga, I didn't even ask you to make it for me. Like, what the, like, why are you mad at me?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I feel like the situation just got blown out of proportion and there's bad communication on both sides. Now, on the side of Kizzo, the people that actually made the locker, when they initially responded to Silky, I feel like I understand what they were trying to say. Silky, they want to make a locker for him that's about him and that's suited towards him, but I don't think you can find any real clips that's gonna be like, all right, somebody can see.
I feel like Silky, I feel like the heat of all this, like the heat of the internet and like everybody commenting and stuff, he kind of trying to stand on his own and what he did, but at the end of the day, bro, like They just didn't have no information on you, bro. That's what I'm saying. So they did what they can. Now you would have been hurt. You would have been hurt if they would have made lockers for everybody but you. Then you would have been hurt for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, be grateful they still even just tried to include you in there because they didn't have to. Even though you didn't ask for it, it's a gift, bro. You don't ask for gifts. They're given to you. It's a gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to ask for a gift. So I just feel like he need to be grateful only because of the fact that, bro, you just don't have no information as much. So that just means that you should be taking that as in, all right, let me level up. Let me get some more. Let me show the people more of me. You know what I'm saying? And then two, you know, like they did not have to make you a locker at all. They could have just said, hey, we don't know nothing about this nigga. Fuck it. We about to do the rest of them. And you would have been like, damn, all Faze got a locker except me. And you really would have been hating on them niggas. You really would have been mad. So it's like, pick your poison, gang. Just be grateful.
This locker and think Faze Silky immediately. My thing when I think of Silky personally is literally multiverses, because that game is pretty unknown and yet I know Silky plays it. But if they were to do something like GTA RP, do something like Pop Smoke, people will probably think Silky. Yet I don't know if they're gonna find any recent clips that would be able to justify that. And I feel like that's what he was trying to say. Not like, oh, I can't find any clips of Silky. More of, I can't find a clip of Silky and put something on the locker that's gonna be like, all right, you'll see it and it screams Faze Silky outside of New York. And Silky, I understand his response again, just being like it doesn't suit him, not trying to be ungrateful, but I feel like the later actions of like, all right, I'm gonna throw it in the dumpster because of TikTok hate and because of their response is just a little bit crazy, a little whack in my opinion. But overall, I understand where he's coming from. At least even the people admitted it. They took less time and literally couldn't find anything that would fit Silky, so obviously it's gonna come to a pretty bad result at the end of the day. Fortunately, I will do a short explanation of this because I don't want to play through a bunch of clips that just say the same thing. It does have a good ending. Silky said he wants to have a redo of his locker. It's gonna have some designers do it, and he invited Kizzo and his team to come out and be a part of it. They accepted it, so probably at some point they're literally gonna do a stream of them revamping the locker. So at the end of the day, there's no real beef, there's no real upset, because they're gonna come together and end up actually doing something that suits Silky. The situation did blow up a lot, and a lot of people are just going pretty manic trying to talk bad about Silky as if he hasn't built a name for himself already, which is pretty weird to me. All the people that switched up or are just hating on him for no apparent reason, because I feel like they just want content creators that are already big to just be grateful for everything they get regardless of if it's bad or not, which I think is pretty dumb. If you get something that you think is bad, you should just outright say your real opinion. At least that's how I feel. But if you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do would be the comment section down below, because this video is unfortunately over. But if you did enjoy this video, if you consider
nigga don't know how to try it, I'ma leave him there. It's Mr. Triple Cross, I'm out to leave him there. If I kill myself right now, I'll be the realest dead. If I kill myself right now, I'll be the realest.